all oxygen. Oh boy. But once I start, it's there's an amount of I don't even there's apparently you can force the right amount of oxygen balance, like oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, other gaseous elements. Apparently, you can make the right amount of them in your body where you feel better. It's apparently a big part of feelings is just notifying you that you don't have enough, whether how much nutrients you have. Big nutrients you need is oxygen. But you have to really that's one of the things you got to do. You got to get your oxygen. I've been doing that for without doing any inking. I did no ink for 3 days straight. And I couldn't even tell anybody about it. It was like a secret 72-hour challenge. And wow, did I make it through that. And I even, well, hello, Jason Holmes. And don't mind me, I even had to betray a good friend and probably even, maybe even a couple. I don't even know for sure how many people I betrayed to accomplish this 72-hour challenge of not tattooing myself, not streaming anything. I was supposed to clean my glasses before I started. So, apologies to the casualties. These challenges are not to be taken lightly. They do actually affect people's, these YouTubers are getting everybody to think that if you want to really accomplish something, you have to do it for 24 hours straight and prove it with video. And if you don't do that, then it's like you didn't do it. Like I legitimately spend a lot of energy convincing my daughter that we don't have to do what we're about to do for 24 hours and video it for it to count. But that's just because I let her watch that stupid shit, so I wouldn't have that problem if I just did more things for more time instead of just needing it to be 24 hours at a time. Instead of, listen, if you play hide and seek for 10 minutes with your kid, that's a good day. They're going to look back and be like, oh man, I used to play hide and seek with my parents. You did it. So yeah, just 24 hours is a little bit too long, YouTube. No offense. You could do a good 15 minutes. It's like, how long is the video? That's the amount of, anyways, we're not even talking about that. So congratulations to me for accomplishing the 72-hour challenge. And today, hopefully, what do we think? If I can get that onto my skin, I think it'd be worth tattooing. I've been meaning to do a Courage the Cowardly Dog tattoo for a minute. Hi, May. Congratulations on your tattoos. That's a lot of tattoos. I don't want to. I wasn't actually even going to regret using the words I was about to use or the thing I was about to say. I felt a huge amount of regret starting that sentence just about how big I opened my mouth when I said it. So I almost wanted to take back what I was going to say, but I am going to continue to say it. I'm just going to try to not open my mouth as big. Even though YouTube creator says creators who use facial features and open hand gestures actually do. Apparently that's percentages better. That's dope. Apparently it's I'm in the smoke shop parking lot. That's the place to be. I haven't been in a smoke shop parking lot since yesterday. And since before then, it was probably a good 4 days between then and there. So I forgot the least important thing about what we were talking about. Hi. Very clever. We have just clever people here. I'm just going to get started on this. I'm going to do this guy on the middle of that. Oh, I was going to say something, and then I was really going pretty hard into how I was almost going to not say it, but then okay. So since I said I was going to say it instead, we're just going to make sure that I do. I almost regret one of the rules of this whole trade being, rule number 5. I'm gonna have to say it on YouTube plenty of times. Hopefully, it's not illegal to say that you're supposed to check if it's gay. So when we say that, maybe I should put a song behind it so they think it's like more of a joke. But I regret it because everything I'm doing, I mean, like this whole thing, everything. Thank you. Courage is gonna be sick, and yeah, I agree with this shirt. My daughter has been staring at this shirt for every time she saw me this morning on the way to, like, when I picked her up, go to school, breakfast. She's like, "That's a nice shirt," and then she walks away shaking her head, and she's like, "It's just a good shirt." She's like chuckling to herself. She's not. I don't even know. I think she might now be getting to the age that she know, that she knows how to to do things that seem. She might not be being completely honest with all of her expressions these days. I think she might be picking up some of like my not. I don't think anything I'm doing is necessarily sociopathic. I think that's a whole level, but there's aspects. The thing I was it's just when you're all constantly checking things to see if it's gay, and then everything you do is gay. It's not, it doesn't make you feel bad because there's nothing bad about it apparently, but it does sort of make you think like, do I need to change up my pattern? Am I messing up a lot? I miss my daughter being that young. How old is your daughter? This is getting interesting officially. Every time I'm hanging out with her, she's and with an old men. So I guess you're like an old man. That's kind of cool. They always say something like, "Enjoy it." They point at her, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Why are you pointing it?" And then they're like, "Enjoy it." I'm like, "Oh, you're a good guy. Cool." It's hard to identify sometimes. 14. Ooh, I'm not excited, but I'm priming myself. I'm trying to think all the time, like when she starts making me mad, when she starts bugging me, and I start bugging her, I'm gonna be like, that's gonna hopefully be the time that I can like really try to enjoy. Like I'm preparing to, and at the same time, I honestly need to be focusing a little bit more on enjoying right now because I spend a lot of time worrying about the future. But anyways, for instance, here's another guy that worries about the future. Classic. A little Courage the Cowardly Dog classic. This was recommended by an unknown YouTube person. Everybody's got a username, and I don't get them submitted. I mean, I do, but it happened on a particularly bad stream actually. Usually it would be easy for me to track down where I got a recommendation. So this one bums me out. I'm not, because it's going to be a great tattoo. If I can properly. That is really close to my face. I need to. I guess that's easier. But yeah, so I'm hopefully. Does this. I think if I do that. That looks like Courage the Cowardly Dog. And then I'm going to have to give him spots. And I'm going to have to give him pupils. And that will. But the main thing is the size of it is the weird shape of his face, the triangle nose. The ears I noticed while I was drawing him that the ears every time I did them wrong. I'm actually completely making this up as I go. I traced it several times. But the 4 times that I tried and then gave up very quickly to draw this dog, when I was gonna try to be like, I'm a hardcore drawer, I can draw anything. When I was doing that, I should have some. I get all kinds of. I gotta start writing down. Never mind. It doesn't even matter. Maybe I just know the rules of tattooing. I should have put this on yesterday. I heard. I heard from a little birdie, and if I would have, I wouldn't have to worry about it right now. But now I gotta worry about it. It makes me anxious. Okay, excuse me. I'm 48. You are old. Excuse me for getting too ranty. That's awesome. I love having. That's cool. Thank goodness. Because you know what? I've been just really worried about my demographics, but it looks like I got a pretty good range here. So I'm like, let's see where this goes. Just get the speed stick already. Jeez. How are you, Jay? Okay, gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna do it then. Jeez. Fair enough. What is happening? Linda, are you in a mood? Did I catch you in a mood today? Oh, you know what it is. Linda's cranky because she was betrayed. I'm doing well, thank you. I hope not every chat is for me. I gotta start paying attention to what I'm doing here. You guys are so nice. I'm glad that there's crew. Thank goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm not anxious. Why would I be anxious? Why would this be the exact tattoo that I need right now? You know what I'm gonna do when I do this little sticker? I'm gonna fold it, and don't even pretend that this isn't a great technique that I'm teaching you right now. Because if you are a 5 to 11-year-old, you might not have ever done something quite like this. But when I fold it like that, now I know where it is and I have something to hold on to. So I can not have to think so much about where it's gonna ding, where it's gonna hoot and nanny go. Now I'm trying to figure out the angle on this thing, cause it could turn. It's gonna be straight, and it's like on a hanging arm. So I think that's my hanging arm angle, and then it's gonna be like this, and it's gonna be right there next to my bull shark. I want to start saying bull shark more often. If I don't, that would about match up with how I handle. But yeah, excuse me, Linda, for prioritizing my 72-hour challenge over a verbal agreement made via internet. But I'm sure I'm sure it's no surprise. Okay, can I just put this on there, or is it going to be placing stencils is the hardest part of the process for me? No, me too, and Linda's okay, thank goodness. I was about to say, if I caught you in a mood, maybe I should just turn it off then. I'll just turn this car around. How about that? I can't wait to pull that card. I haven't had a chance to, because everybody is just so well behaved. And I don't go anywhere. So that's a major part of it. We're gonna see. Heyo! That looks right. Oh, that looks about as good as I could get it. Oh, I like that. We're gonna talk about this today, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. But I'm excited. I'm glad that worked out. I'm just gonna put it right there. That's the spot. This is like gonna be. Did I have a lisp? This is gonna be probably one of my new favorite tattoos. Does anybody have never mind. Me. It's all about me. Love. I've always loved like the Courage the Cowardly Dog. I hate stencils. Yeah, it's probably better if you could draw it on yourself, and then it's like, honestly, if you can draw a tattoo on yourself, or just tattoo it like straight up from your mind, that might be the best. I think we've decided that's the best. Can I just say, we'll just say, the best way to do a tattoo is to draw it on yourself or to just tattoo it yourself. But stencils, man, they give you much cooler looking tattoos. So for the external view, there's a little, you got to make a little wiggle room for yourself sometimes and allow stencilage. I got a new spinny chair. I was sitting on my box for a while, and now I can put laundry on my box and sit in the chair. And then sometimes I'll put laundry on both the chair and the box. And that'll be an example of the kind of situation where I do not stream. If you want to know the exact type of thing that can get me to accept a 72-hour no tattoo challenge, it would be having laundry on my desk chair. I don't really know exactly how I could like handle that situation. Hey, summer break is coming up, so this schedule is completely going to change. It did, right? Jason says it came out perfect, and I appreciate not being the only one who can tell that. I mean, it got fuzzed out now because I've been leaning on it. I'm a little embarrassed, but I think so when I wipe it, I can follow that pretty easy. It's not like it's a hard line situation. Yeah, Jason, you should. If we got to see what kind of tattoos you're working with. If you're just faking it, or if you're a real scratcher, you should head over to. You should go to Scratch. It's totally secure. I know people at your age group a lot of times are concerned about like hacking. You might be worried about a virus on the computer, but no, this computer website, it's totally cool. It's totally chillax and scratch. One of these days I'm gonna be like a really confident promoter of these things I'm doing. But you go to if you want to, Jason, my art sucks, Linda. If someone wants a tattoo from me, they bring me the drawing. That's cool that but if you're tattooing people, that means so your art is probably honestly super dope to our kind, to people in our sort of societal like level, like people who believe in like beauty, and and in the importance of spirit. So instead of like what people are giving a lot of dollars for, that kind of art, I gotta drink some water. But yeah, we do actually. We won't even believe what you're telling us about. I need to replace my. Look at how fuzzy this is getting. Look at that. I need to replace the material in my speed stick with stencil stuff. I need to remove the deodorant from my stick and then put stencil stuff in there so I can still look like I'm loyal to the brand. But Jason, yes, beauty and spirit. Yeah, see, I mean, obviously, we want to know what you got going on, and we don't believe you that you're even technically a tattoo artist. So until you go to scratcherspost.com and log in there and post something like a picture of a tattoo that you've hopefully are like either in the process of working on or just finished, so we can be like, yep, that's a fresh tat. You're telling us, especially if you can get us a little proof that you did it, then we can go ahead and we'll be going forward. We'll know that you're part of it. Plus, the only way to get access to the secret stream, which is where we get to just talk about like reality instead of like what we're supposed to be. I believe censorship is totally like is important. We need to be able to censor certain things because they're gross. But I disagree with some of the things that YouTube tends to put down. So we go to our own little spot, but I gotta filter out people who don't believe in beauty and spirit, like you're telling me you do, but you might be a robot just copying my words and putting exclamation points but I mean, look, there's no pressure, obviously. Ugh, fine. Look, if you don't want to, we just won't know. Everybody will be like, who knows about this Jason guy? I don't know if he really tattoos. It's cool. I know it's not. I know it's a whole thing. Let me finish my wife's tattoo tonight, and I will post that. That's dope. Yeah, absolutely. That's beautiful. Now that is next level because something weird, you know. I mean, people who are doing tattoos, a lot of them are into are are kind of like counterculture, and just if you got a wife that's and you're raising, you got a kid, you're doing stuff, that's a lot of, I know there's like plenty, I know there's like the majority of people believe in beauty and spirit and that it's all in like having a family and stuff, but there is a lot of there's sort of a lot of pushing of not doing that. So I'm glad we can all go, yay, yes, and be like, everything is cool. Life is actually what life is. So, but again, I'm getting dizzy right now. Let me tell you guys, and let me ask you if anybody's getting affected by these 5Gs, because it could be 5Gs could be emotional, or they could be spiritual, or they could be electromagnetic. I don't know what it is, but they are really hitting me. I'm gonna wipe this thing, but I've been over like the last like couple years, I've been experiencing new types of symptoms. Ever since ever since everything's been happening, and I don't like them. I don't like a lot of them. I can still taste, but there's these waves in the air. I have alcohol wipes, but I only use that for the stencil because I forgot why I did it, but it's like the cleanest way to wipe off a stencil and keep. What is it? What is the reason? I think actually if I use soap and water, it still leaves some on there, and my petroleum jelly doesn't stick as well as it should. So there's that. We could try it again. We could do a test video. Does anybody else have dizziness? I just have to know, because I told my one friend, and he was like, no, but my friend had dizziness, and then he didn't have anything to say about it. But when I was a kid, I was like, dizziness is like the worst symptom. So what is it? My theory we'll go into tomorrow. I have the link already ready. You just need it. You only got to log into Scratcher's Post once. And then you'll have access to then you'll know where it is. You know. And then we'll be there if you want to be there. It's a fun stream. And then we'll get into the darkness. We'll dive in deep on some of the weird things that have been going on. Probably with everybody, I'm guessing. My guess, and we're going to find out, is that we're all sort of experiencing some really weird stuff. Because I keep getting looks from people. On the street, in stores, in the drive-thru. New looks. They're increasing over time. Where people are like more people are like looking for eye contact. Is it just me? Am I that not? I mean, like, definitely, partially. Do I need more eye contact? I don't know. I've always been like minor uncomfortable with this, so I pay attention and I like look at people every once in a while. Am I just thinking that everybody around? Because I don't think everybody is, but sometimes I catch somebody and their eyes are kind of watery. Yeah, there's been a lot of watery eyes around lately. Does anybody have? That might be another symptom. Let me know. I feel like it's a scratcher thing. But this is ready to poke. I'm just anxious. Guys, I've been putting off this tattoo. You can tell. I'm sure you can tell. There's a lot of fear in this one. But that's what it is. That's what it's about. That's what that whole show is about. Apparently, the whole show, there was never actually any monsters. It was just their neighbors. But Courage just was a silly dog. It's spring, possibly. It's happened before. I think it was the last time there was. I think I might literally just, as I'm aging, have developed a new intolerance to, because I used to be more sniffly and sneezy with like allergies, but maybe that's all. Maybe it's just like allergic. That would be what a doctor would say. And that's where I'm sort of, I'm like, I don't know, it's probably more like demons. I think sometimes certain behaviors bring on certain, I don't know. But, the only thing that science can track is the seasons changing with people. And every time it happens, yeah, it is technically getting a different time of year. I've been out in the garden lately, but I also apparently, you know what, actually, my friend who said he had a friend who had dizziness, I completely rejected this solution, which was hydration. And my lady, the she's right out there, so I always worry when I bring her up because I'm like, I'm sure her ears sort of go. So I have to go. No, don't even worry about it, lady. She was even reminding me, you drink a lot of coffee, and I do, and that might be another thing. Caffeine is a whole thing, and I'm not, but my pee is clear. I'm like, my pee is clear. Anyways, let's tattoo this thing. I like, it's like I got this one. It's pretty obvious. Some people don't understand it though. So we're going to talk about it a little bit. The shadow, right? It's a pretty big deal. It's something not everybody. Jason, I bet you get it. I bet everybody here gets it. But just in case there's anybody that whose names I don't know. I don't even know. Oh yeah, I'm gonna clean this spoon with some soapy water. In case there's anybody, I don't know. Everybody knows about it now, right? About about how what you see, like I've just heard it so many times on all the podcasts I listen to. So I'm like, if I talk about this right now, I really am like just repeating. So I'm just gonna repeat it. We're just gonna do it really quick. That's right, Jung, or Hung, depending on which part of the country you're from. It's like if you're like whatever the feelings you're experiencing, the things that you're seeing other people do, right? If you notice it, that's your brain is like if you're like thinking about that, right? That's like a pretty clear sign, and that's like sort of the evidence towards the idea that what's really happening is you're like projecting, right? It's like the projection of what's happening in your world you put out there. I think we all kind of I think they basically teach this in like 6th grade now, if you listen to Joe Rogan. So but I like this picture because it's like it's the direct like it's very, you'd find as you go through life, and if you're paying attention, if you pay close enough attention, I mean, look, it's embarrassing to even talk about, honestly, what happens when you just really pay attention to what you're doing. It's kind of awkward when you notice that the things that you think other people are doing are really just the things you're doing. You're doing it. Oops. Oh, you just did that like 5 times in a row recently, and now you saw somebody else doing it, and you're like, oh, that piece of shit. But you didn't even realize that you were doing it the whole time. How do we not notice? Yeah. And since I flap my jab so much, is that what it's called? Since I jap my flag so much, I am constantly just like expressing. So I hear it, and it's like, whew, I sure am projecting a lot. I mean, look, we were just talking about how everybody's I'm seeing everybody needing eye contact. Like, I mean, if that isn't, It's very likely that not several people who I interacted with recently were having emotional days and needed some eye contact, and that in fact I was just having an emotional day and I needed eye contact. That's very likely, but I try to I try to pay it to ask myself first before I say these. Just like when I'm doing these critical, when I'm doing, especially with a tattoo, you got to check because it's permanent. When you're making a video about how you feel about stuff, you got to check a little bit first because it's permanent. Sometimes I don't check at all, and that's when I get in trouble. So I try to pay attention. But what I'm trying to say is, I was thinking about this for like a couple days before bringing it up, is it really did seem like people were having a hard time lately. But yeah, that's probably just me. And that's what this whole thing is. And it all makes sense now. So I gotta stop acting like, I have good perception of how people's days are going. I just need to pay more close attention to how my day is going. Okay, have I really been putting this off this long because I'm scared of tattooing a cowardly dog? This is crazy. What a crazy. All right, let's just do it. I'm going to start with the face because that's the part I am the most nervous about for I think obvious reasons. And I'm going to try to talk smoothly while I tattoo because I think that would be a cool skill to be able to develop. But now as you can see I'm already tattooing off and I'm not talking about anything interesting. So that's going to take some practice. But, when you're tattooing anybody's face, any notable character. I think I already messed up. That's wild. No, that's the triangle, because he's got a triangle nose. It's going to be okay. You got to worry about proportions, because people know what faces look like. Ooh-wee. Don't want to mess up the stencil. There we go. That's it. Because, everybody knows what Courage the Cowardly Dog is supposed to look like. So it's not like if I just did a dog and you messed up his cheek and now he's just a dog with a messed up cheek. If you give Courage the Cowardly Dog too messed up of a cheek, people might not know that it's him. And that would be embarrassing because then people would ask and then you would have to tell them and then you would see the disappointment in their face. So that is the main reason why I've been avoiding this tattoo, but here we are. Too late now. And hey, you can always cover it up with a pirate flag. And that's going fine. It's going to be fine. It'll be alright. So nobody has dizziness, huh? That's fucked up. Well, hopefully I can figure out how to manage it. Because if I get any more dizzy, I'm going to keep complaining about it. I'm going to really start whining about it. I'm probably going to put filters on all of my streams where it's like a fisheye distortion. So it looks like everybody gets dizzy when they're watching me do tattoos. Nobody wants that, right? But yeah, I like there's a fan theory of Courage, the Cowardly Dog, where they say that all of the monsters in the show don't exist. And he doesn't actually live in the middle of nowhere. He's just a dog, and he's just a scared dog, so it's like the world imagined through his eyes. I don't even think it's debatable. I should have Googled that. That's something I should have researched first. Because I bet the person who designed Courage the Cowardly Dog has already come out and said, yes, totally in the dog's brain. He's just scared of nothing. And that's kind of where honestly, guys, it's kind of where I've been at for a minute. Been very, high anxiety. about the world. How silly. Because the world is such a beautiful place. So, I'm trying to do a little bit better, you know. Because the high anxiety isn't caused by, not necessarily. I mean, listen, let me tell you, I've heard some stories of some situations that can get pretty high anxiety. Oh yeah, everybody give May some congratulations because she just did like 50 tattoos, and then she posted the pictures on there. So now everybody knows that that's a. And then everybody also make sure Linda knows that you appreciate her work too, because, and if you don't know, then you should find out. And then I can say now you know. And then tomorrow we'll say, who knows? I mean, yeah, people can get into situations, especially ladies. I can't speak for you, but I have heard that you can get yourself into some pretty stressful situations in your environment. No, there's nothing, nothing I can say about that. But at least for us, for people who aren't in a high stress environment but feel high stress, I mean, that's just because rule number two. Is it rule number two? Take care of yourself? I'll have to check. I really got to write these down. But yeah, I mean, if there's a lot of things I need to be doing better that I would like reduce a lot of my anxieties about the dang. I mean, particularly it's mostly for me, as a man. Like just working a little bit harder, you know. I get pretty lazy. I've been getting pretty lazy lately. It's a little awkward. So, I'm glad everybody's finer than frog's hair. That sounds age appropriate. I'm enjoying Jason Holmes' presence. Thank goodness. Keep it coming. I'm going to use that on something less appropriate. I like it in that situation. Clean delivery. I'm going to try to find a way to say that to somebody in a way that makes them uncomfortable. Because that sounds funny. Okay. I gotta make sure I get this nose right. Because if I make it too pointy, it's gonna look like the bad guy. The foxes, the red. There's like a bad guy fox, and I'm pretty sure. Oh, he might even not have a triangle nose. That's another shing. That's a number shing I should have gurgled. I should have Googled before saying that he's gonna look similar to a character without knowing what that character looks like. He's got a triangle nose though. And actually, I think I need to mix up a new color because I don't think black will suffice. What do you guys think? Should I use... What color is Courage the Cowardly Dog's nose? I don't know what color it is. All I know is it's not pink. So, I'm going to need some help. I really hope that looks like a dog when I'm done, because right now, that looks so silly. Yeah, it'll look like a dog when I'm done. He just needs arms and hands and eyeballs. 10:30. Okay, I'm gonna get poking. This is getting crazy. Okay, then he just has eyes. Where's the picture? He has eyes and there's a little connection in the middle. So we gotta leave a little bit of room between the eyeballs for... you can't eat in the middle of poking, and you can't drink water in the middle of poking unless you have a straw hat, which I might get. But you can breathe, and especially if you're choking yourself off with posture like me right now. try try to push it. I don't even know what to say. Frog. Yep, I wouldn't either. But it is. It does sound like we have a personality, which is what we're looking for, and some character. And especially if I miss a couple of these dots, we can give. Look, you're allowed to mess up a little bit. I'm glad you found us, says Linda. I gotta start proofreading. Jesus. You guys have your whole own universe. What just happened? Creative. Stop. Don't get me up. I'm working, computer. I can't wait till my computer can know when I'm busy. Okay, we're gonna do the other eye, and then I'm gonna do the head between them. Wow, this is a horrible angle. Me too. Yay! I wish I had a button for firecrackers or fireworks to go off on my screen. Like push a button and then a bunch of celebratory explosions. For situations like this where we realize that we really are onto something. You know. We got something going on here. And thank goodness. Gulp. I literally need a straw hat. Guys, I have been dropping so many of my responsibilities in my life. And then you know what I do after that gets really awkward? Is I start talking to my family like they're dropping their duties. Isn't that silly? And I get myself all worked up about it. Now listen, I'm not. Maybe I speak too sternly. I hope I'm not yelling. I hope if I got caught yelling, somebody would slap me in the face. That would be a really nice reaction. But definitely no broken objects. Definitely no holes in the walls over here. But guys, sometimes you just get a little pissed off, and you just don't know what to do. I'm gonna find out. No, I'm not. If she was gonna come in here right now and tell me that I did yell, now would be a good time to find out. You know, keep me honest. But it's just because I'm not doing. That's just because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, and that's embarrassing. And that's kind of like. It's not exactly Courage the Cowardly Dog. Because, he doesn't do chores. Luckily, I mean, listen, if I was a dog, at least, I mean, no, I don't want to be a dog. I've thought about it a lot, and I think I just decided I would not want to be a dog. I know that's off topic, but that topic is a little, we gotta get in and out of that one quick before it gets too personal. I mean, sometimes I feel like I think you're a bit hard on yourself. It's great to be self-aware though. Hopefully. or I'm not even nearly hard enough on myself. And wouldn't that be a shame? I can't imagine because I've been in some homes where the air is tense and people are making some strange noises while I'm there, and it's a lot of I can't imagine. There's a there's a whole lot of pain in the world, so hopefully at least I can do better. That would be nice. That'll be another thing after I get the focus buttons and the explosion buttons and I get a couple thumbnails preloaded so I don't have to do them later. Then I'll worry about being a better person. Maybe after I take a nap. That seems like a good time to be a better person. I take a nap, and then I'll wake up, and then I'll be a better person. I should touch up the black on my dead mouse thing. I think now is a good time. I read something wrong. I put words in there that you didn't do. I'm gonna. I will get better at proofreading comments after I teach my daughter how to climb a tree. Priorities. You know, there's only so many things I can learn how to do at once. And I know how to climb a tree, but I do not know how to teach a kid how to climb a tree. And I gotta start now. Ideally, best case scenario, teach Luna how to climb a tree. And then have another kid. And then I can teach her how to teach, because I'll learn how to teach her how to climb a tree. I'll learn how to teach that. And then I can not only teach her how to do the climbing the tree, but since I climbed trees and then I learned how to teach how to climb trees, she can soon learn how to teach her sibling how to climb trees. And then everybody's learning how to do stuff and how to teach how to do stuff. Nobody's gonna be tattooing though. That's the thing. No, that's something I got to figure out how to justify. How I'm gonna justify not letting them do tattoos, but I might not be able to control that. Especially if I keep getting caught on videos saying I might not be able to control that. If Luna ever watched one of these videos and she's like, "You said you might not be able to control it. Here it is not being. I got a tattoo." I'd be like, "Shit. Am I setting a bad example? Am I?" Maybe. Might totally be. And that would suck. I think about it a lot, don't worry. To all the people, to anybody out there who might be thinking, is this guy setting a bad example for his kid? You don't think I know that? Look, it's hard out there. There's a lot of different ways to live life. What's the right way? We're all going to find out together, hopefully. You know, when our Lord and Savior returns to sort us out and tell us. I gotta read the book to see what he's gonna tell us when he comes back. But I'm excited to see if tattooing is okay because it's really I gotta eye contact isn't that there's like a few points of view I gotta just focus in on you guys. I don't know. You know, there's a lot of people who think that Jesus is gonna be okay with the gays. So that's pretty cool. If he's down with that, that he's really nice. If he's down with them, I hope he's down with tattoos, but I know it's tricky territory, so we got to do it right. If we're going to do it, we got to do it beautiful and we got to try our best and care about what we're doing. And know and hopefully that's enough, basically. We're going to find out. That's going to be this is going to be an interesting little test. And I know that's not the right way to look at it, but that's the way that is coming out of my mouth right now. So I would have been stoked if my dad taught me how to climb a tree as well. That's a classic. I don't think anybody's dads are really teaching them how to climb trees these days. And that's what I worry about is she's like, do any of her friends know how to climb? Because my friends taught me. I think everybody's friends teach them how to do the fun stuff. Parents are supposed to sort of stay inside. Or, I mean, if they're not even there, people are sort of fine. So this whole extra, like, I'm gonna be there for you, girl. Like, is that, sometimes it's like, is that too much? Am I giving her, maybe she's got to go fall out of a couple trees or something. But it'll be fun because I'm excited to watch her fall out. Can't say that. We're going to get back to business here. But yeah, it's summer break. That's another thing I had to say. That's another thing I meant to say. This is coming out like courage. I think it really is. Summer break is coming, and that means that our schedule is going to change. So, obviously, we can be flexible a little bit, but not that much. Not completely flexible because I gotta sleep. And I gotta hang out with my daughter all day. Because I'm doing that right now. And it's fun. And listen, it's fun. But it's a whole thing. So, when, after, let me see. I actually should probably just tell you when I plan to do it. I guess I could do it, no, not in the early mornings. It's probably going to be an afternoon thing now. But we can do pretty much any time on the weekends now because, hey guys, I'm not with my daughter's mom. So she goes to her mom's house half the time. So she'll be over there on the weekends during summer break. So we can figure out. Is this too personal? Should we talk about? If you want to have anything to, if you want to know anything else, I'm crossing the line right there. If you want to know more about my life schedule, does it look like, is this room messy? And if you want to have any say in what time we do streams in the future during summer broke, you got to be there tomorrow. No offense. So, scratcherspost.com, secret stream, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty about the new schedule. Cuz I care. Ha, I guess that makes me a nice guy. Sweet. There's also the viewpoint that I'm maybe, it could be narcissistic that I'm even asking what you guys think what time I should have you guys be, maybe I should just tell you what time I'm going to be available. I'm going to be doing it around this time, but I would love to collab because there's a couple time slots, and I'd like to organize them so that as many people, that is narcissistic. I'm realizing, as I say, that's why I just have to say no. I just have to. Well, I'm going to do what I want to do, which is to ask you guys what time I should stream. See? It's like a blend. Okay, this head comes all the way up here. Yep, that is what it's supposed to do. And then, here we go. But that's okay. I am trying to make videos on the internet, so, what are you going to do? That's kind of the deal. That's the profile. Okay, where does this... Oh, so there's an arm here, and this armpit is high, so we need to bring that line all the way up to right below where the arm is. So let's do this arm first, because the arm comes right down from the corner of his mouth. So we're going to start right there. Whew, I hope that's an okay spot. And I hope this is a good direction. Says I about pretty much everything I do. Do we all second guess everything? Or am I overdoing it? Do I over second guess? Do you guys think, even asking, I know this is silly. And I think I'm messing up his arm too. From my inner monologue coming through while I tattoo to you. Am I I'm not even going to ask you. Fuck that. This is crazy. You guys can tell how I'm feeling now. I'm sure. You're like, oof, he needs to go make eye contact with some people on the street. Fine, I will then. I just messed up his whole hand. His hands might not get colored in at all because they're too small for me. The little clover shapes. That's going to look like a Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm going to put wrinkles under the eyes. He's going to have pupils. He's going to have teeth. His nose is going to get colored in. It's going to be a whole thing. It just gotta not stop, basically. But I think today, this thing is big. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to stream all day, because you guys rock, but it's Wednesday, and that's what usually I don't do Wednesdays because while my daughter is in school, she gets out early on Wednesdays, so I can't like, just do it all day. So I have to find a stopping point eventually. I think that hand basically looks like his arm and hand. I don't feel good about it. But when I wipe it and then extend it a little bit and sharpen up the lines, I think it will contribute to the overall effect of this being Courage the Cowardly Dog. Which is good. Which is basically what I could ask for from myself, That's water, by the way. I am trying. I am trying to take care of it. I did have a whole pot of coffee to myself this morning, so I can see why people might go, hey. Because, for me, it's only 3 cups, but it's technically like 6 to 8 because they're big cups. So, but boy, do I love coffee. I'm now a member at Scratcher's Post. Jason gets it. Jason totally gets it. Jason's probably real. I haven't even seen the confirmation, but it's probably true. I don't think I would get lied to about that. So that's a success. I could say that very honestly. That's the greatest success I could achieve right now. So thank you, Jason. I wish I could pay you to do that, basically. Breathing. This is a bad angle, guys. Angles is what it's all about. I'm like choking myself off right now. How do I do this? Maybe if I stretch out this way. But then I can smell my own armpit. And that's a whole nother problem. Okay, I'm going to purposely do this hand outside of the stencil that I drew. Because, you want to know why? The other one is so small. And then this one is closer. If he's turned that way a little bit, I'm going to make up for not being able to see what the other one looks like by implying through this one. And then I can color this one. And then that one hopefully can, I don't know, I'm going to have to figure out how to make it look okay. But I think I can justify it. So that's fun. Yeah, I'm not, no offense. Because I'm going to have to poke that whole black thing, that whole monster. That's going to have to get filled in, right? Because it's a shadow. So it's darker. So that's a whole thing. We're going to have to do that separate. Hey, you have a good mind. You're an excellent speaker and you're honest. I think you have a great future. Oh, Jason, you stop that. That's, I gotta, okay, well, you're nice. I'm just gonna keep going. I like to think that all of those things are true about myself, but here's the thing. Sometimes, and it's a lot of the time, it just doesn't feel like it. And I'm like, well, I just gotta try anyways, and just keep going, cause that's all, cause global warming isn't a thing. Basically, I know that's not a great excuse, but it keeps me going. Every time I'm thinking like, what am I doing? I remember, oh yeah, the world isn't ending. There's gonna be a lot of years ahead. So I should probably get to work. But again, that's not always easy to remember. Um, I know it doesn't look like courage, but it does look as much like courage as it has while I was drawing it, in the middle of drawing it before. It looks the way it did on the way to looking correct. So I think it's going to be okay. You can trust me. We're going to keep going on this little journey down to his feet. We're just going to put some, these will actually be nice and easy compared to his hands because, well, I guess mostly because now I've done it twice and I can do it better now. So, hey, let me know if you ever hear me swallowing or if you ever hear me breathing too much. Whew. You know, maybe I should actually, that's not your responsibility. That's my responsibility. I need to check in on my shit and figure out how I can improve. So don't even tell me. That is never. If you're in the if you haven't if you're not if you were about to tell me some solution to my broadcast, oh, don't. I don't want to hear it. I got all kinds of solutions I got to create. So, first one being this damn tattoo. Oh my gosh. Can I do it? Is it gonna be okay? What if it's not okay? Oh well. It will be. That's what I'm hoping for, and what I'm kind of leaning towards. Sounds fine. You sound fine. You sound fine. To me, to you, not me reading from you in a different voice. Like literally, Jason sounds fine. Like in a great, like fine. Like in a good way. That's what I'm trying to say. Everybody, I would say everybody here is fine. This is a fine place to be, I would argue. I would actually probably get into a really mean argument about that. And I would start really pulling punch. I would stop pulling punches if somebody were to try to say some shit about scratchers. Yeah. Yeah, if somebody talks shit about scratchers, I'd probably throw down. Probably throw down for some scratchers. I would say that. I would definitely poke somebody with a needle if they said some shit. I'd be like, oh, you don't like it? Here, have some hepatitis. You know, you can just give that to people if you know where to get it. If you know where to find some. You only need one hookup. Because they don't get a lot of customers. So if you tell somebody that has hepatitis, hey, I'll pay you for your blood, they will give it to you for cheap. So just so you know, if you ever need that for an enemy, that's an option. Full option. There's a lot of them out there. I'm here to share them. You have the needles already. You probably know somebody who has hepatitis. Ask around. If you know, I promise you, you know somebody in your life. There's somebody around you. I don't know if you know their name, but there is somebody nearby within your span. I don't actually know that for sure. Some of you might. You know, it's actually not easy to find. But you can, if you try a little bit harder, you can find somebody who will sell you their hepatitis blood. Look in a tent. Find somebody in a tent. If you don't live near any tents, congratulations. Good, seriously, good for you. I'm jealous. Okay, this is coming along nice. I'm glad. I will say it. I am happy that these feet worked out. Now his tail is just a little tuft, we could say, so we're just going to give him a couple little dots in that direction. I'm actually going to give him the wrong tail because that's my way of saying, that's my way of distracting from all the mistakes that I make on accident. So if I make the tail a little bit wrong but still inspired by, then people are like, something looks off about that. Oh, you got the tail wrong. And then they won't notice how the eyeballs are wobbly or how something is like not connected or something like that. They'll just think you just made an artistic choice and it's just naturally different. It's fun. So that's what we're going to do here. And then people will think I'm edgy. That's what it's really about. It's like, oh, he's not trying to color within the lines. I don't want anybody to think I'm out here coloring in the lines. I'm just trying to draw. So that makes it look like I didn't stencil it, which is also a big part of it, of the edit system. So let's do these teeth and pupils and eyes so I don't feel like the only one who can see what's happening with this dog. Because I think I'm nailing it. I mean, not to toot my own horn, not to, get too cocky, but this looks like a Courage the Cowardly Dog. I will say that. And I'm excited. And if anybody doesn't see it, if you guys don't even see it, I'm just gonna keep it on the inside of my arm for that reason. It's literally why I placed it where I did. Oh, I just realized why I feel nauseous right now. I am doing an ab crunch for this entire... Holy macaroni! Ah! That's apparently... I saw a video that said, do that, you'll feel better. I wish I knew what I would do if I felt this way as a child. Because they're always like just doing weird shit. Jumping around, making a weird noise. All I know how to do is what YouTube says will relieve your back pain. But what if singing nonsense relieves back pain sometimes? If you just sing a nonsense song. There's no way to know that couldn't relieve back pain, but all I try is to stretch and breathe, so there's more to life than stretching and breathing. This guy's got bags. He's tired. Courage hasn't slept in a minute. And it's probably why he is seeing so many scary things. I think Courage the Cowardly Dog is technically in a hallucinatory state from lack of sleep. That's a classic. Look at those poor eyes. He's probably just being fed dry food. No, I think they open a can for him. I hope those look like eye bags when I wipe it. And then his pupils, I didn't draw them, but they were towards the bottom of his eyes, so we're just going to do those right now so I don't have to think about it anymore. And then I can add more. Ooh, my voice is cracking. I'm going through puberty. You're not supposed to bring attention to your voice cracking when it happens. I've actually heard people say that. Like, that's a recommendation. They're like, okay, so first things first, if your voice cracks, don't reference it. Just move along. Why? Why can't I... You know why. I know. We all know why. It's because you're not supposed... It's because it's against the rules. Same reason you're supposed to stretch. Uh-oh. I gave him whoopily eyes. See, this is why I'm not quite an artist and why I'm more just trying. Is because every time I do something with a face, it gets a wonky eye. Which is fine with me. It's totally fine. You want to see proof? Look at this fox. It doesn't even look like a fox to me. but I've heard it does to other people, so I just let them. But the face isn't there. Here, well, let's get something else. Where's something else with a face? Nothing. I don't do a lot of faces because actually that's a pretty legit Pikachu. You know what? I do a pretty good job on faces. Never mind. You know what? All those faces are legit. Never mind. Forget I said anything bad about myself. I won't, but I hope you do. Gulp. Okay. The ear. This is another one we're going to do stick and poke style, as in lazy, as in rustic. It's like a rustic dish. It's like if you have a rustic mashed potatoes, that means that you didn't peel the potatoes and you didn't mash them all the way. And you might have not added luxury ingredients like cream cheese or whole heavy whipping cream. Maybe you used milk and butter. Hey, popping in again. He looks cool so far. Thank you. I actually needed that. I literally needed to hear that right now. But it is rustic, as in doing my best. And that's honestly how I do everything. I don't use luxury ingredients, and I try not to peel my potatoes when I mash them. And I like some chunks in there. And that's why I leave gaps between dots. And you know what? When I go back and I re-poke this, when I go back over this thing, I will purposefully miss those spots again to emphasize the fact that it's on purpose that it's a rustic ear. Because you know what? Because I care so much about how this Courage the Cowardly Dog turns out that I want to sort of give evidence to people who are looking at it that I don't. Because if I try really hard to accomplish this thing properly the way I want to, there's a really good chance that I'll fail and that people will be able to tell. So what I'm going to do is sort of lower the standard and apply style. And then what you get with that is what we call steez. So steez is a major part of stick and pokes. My friend Kevin taught me about it. And it's sort of, it's a type of X factor. It's one of the X factors. I don't know how many there are. Probably 10, Roman numeral. One of the X, I don't know which number it would be, but one of the 10 X factors besides the obvious other 11 that steez. So if you don't know steez, we'll do I'll Google some more stuff about that, and I'll try to nail that down because I forgot that I haven't really discussed that with you guys yet. But yeah, this is you're supposed to go for steeziness. So that's what I'm trying to do. Anyways, I just like that word, so I'm just trying to say it a lot today. And then I'll remember, once I say it, now that I've said it a lot, I'll remember that's a thing we're doing. What was I talking about? Let me know if I was talking about something that I forgot. And then if nobody says anything, I'll just think of something else to say. But then after this point, remember, if I start going off on another tangent right now, don't worry about. I'll get back to what you're saying, because then I'll remember. But I got to keep I can't keep having all this dead air. You get in trouble for that in the studio. So, and even if it is self-inflicted, trouble is trouble. So we try to avoid it by saying more things, adding on top of it. I think I'm starting to get why my girlfriend. Sorry, why the fuck would I say that? Guys, this lady I'm with, she's not going anywhere. And if she tried, I would grab her and it would be a problem. So she's going to be around a while. And I keep saying girlfriend, but I got to probably maybe if I actually bought, because I gave her a ring on her finger. And I was like, that'll do it. But we got to do a whole ceremony or something so she knows, my wife. I don't want to get in trouble. I think she might be onto something when she's telling me that I I should talk to her more because here I am just jib jabbing away to nothing about nothing. But then if I'm sitting on the couch, you know, chilling, and she wants to hang out and talk, and I'm like, I don't want to talk. I could just say some stuff. I could probably do that. I'm doing it all day here. Not all day, but attempting to do it for as long a period of time as I can. That's a struggle, but I think it's a worthy one. And you guys, if you have a lady, guys, I don't want to get in trouble. Make sure you take good care of her, cause you deserve her, and she deserves you. I know I did a whole. That was the other thing I wanted to bring up. I did a whole. I'm very embarrassed about the whole thing I went off on about the feminine because I really don't know that much about it. But I was just sort of like went off about it on one episode, and then I was like, let me make a video about this, and then I know it's embarrassing to talk about something I don't know anything about, but then I'll be encouraged to make a bunch of other videos. So then that one's in the back. Let me get this one out early. I'll make a bunch of other videos after it, and then people only will see the embarrassing video if they like scroll back, and it'll be deep. But now I haven't made any other videos since that one, and it's just sitting right at the top of my queue, and I'm like, wow, I really do just love to go off about. It's really my favorite thing to do. Oh man, I agree. I used to be so focused on making a perfect tat rather than representing the style. It's all about style. You and your lady are so sweet together. I agree. I agree. And on guys, there's been a struggle lately, and I don't want to talk about it, but here it is. It's coming out of my mouth. Uh, you know, if you spend guys, holy shit! I'm just gonna say it. Been spending a lot of time together. Don't let her hear me saying this. But we're trying to do some more like of our own stuff because guess what? Apparently, when you do more of your own stuff, then you have more fun when you're together. So, but it's just so much fun to be together all the time and to like cuddle and play video games because that's more fun than like doing a job or like going to a thing or like picking up a new like thing to I don't even know. Like I tried doing a garden, I don't even know how to do that, and then she's coming out and helping me and she's like way better at it. And then I want to let her like go do the gardening by herself, but then now she took my thing. So now we're gardening together. And I got to try to don't tell her I'm saying this, but now I got to try to figure that out. But you know what it is guys, okay, here's the thing I really don't want to talk about. Cuz you hear how I just like blamed her for everything basically? Dude, I'm trying to like go cuz I want to be a stand-up comedian and it's just like I feel like everybody hates me in this city because I have different views from them and there's some real just trash people out there. So I've been avoiding like doing that and I have been like hating myself for it like deeply. But then I've been like, why am I gardening? Why would I even start gardening? That's not even my thing. I'm bad at it. But then I'm like focused on that instead of like doing what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. Isn't it crazy how easy it is to like slip into these? So, anyways, I'm trying to just quit putting external, like my shadow is dark, guys. You have no idea. And it goes deep. Congratulations to him. I gotta find one soon. That's my next thing. I gotta figure out how I can. And I'm trying to. I like editing videos, and it's like a skill, but it's hard to get. I gotta figure out how to get somebody to pay me to do it. So that's a whole thing. Hey, if anybody knows any. This is not the place to do it. Maybe I'll make an actual commercial and I'll post it on here. But if anybody knows anybody who needs a video edited, that's not the thing here. We're tattooing here. I'm glad I got a good break in. I'm glad I got to, say that out loud. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm sweating now. But that's basically my whole thing. That's basically everything that I've been concerned about in my whole life right now. So it can't be that bad. How do you think I feel sharing that? You live in an extreme environment, my friend. It's natural to feel the way you do. Yeah, it is actually an extreme environment, and I appreciate you saying that. Because there are some fucking, dude, some threats. And they're not real, because they're from pussies. They're from total pussies. But, like, they get thrown around out there. Constantly. Pretty much constantly. They're always coming up with new things. It's weird. It's a weird town. Whew. Hey, you know what? To be honest, that's something I didn't even want to talk about. And then now that it's out, we're going to see if that feels better. And then I'll report back to you about how I feel about being honest. Maybe it'll feel better. But you want to know something? This is still a bad angle. I'm still dehydrated. So, all the same symptoms. Cool. Okay, it's happening. The shadow's creeping in. The nose will get filled in. That's nice. He needs... Did I make his other side of his face too big, or are those dots? I think it's a smudge. I think that I made the other side of his face an okay size. It's supposed to be cartoony, but yeah, it reaches out. I'm looking at the picture of it to make sure. And it looks like it does do that. So we're doing it right. Don't worry about it. That will be so cool. Okay. I will have to go over this again, but I'm glad we're getting to the shadow, because that part I can be a little bit less detailed about. Because people are really worried about what's going on with this dang courage. His shadow, the show is not even about that. It's about him. I mean, his shadow, his monsters he comes up with are very entertaining. So that's why the show is fun. It wouldn't be fun if it was just about a dog freaking out about nothing, and he actually didn't have anything to worry about. So, oh man. But wait, just wait, because now that I've said all of that stuff, right? If I can just be a man and start fixing that problem, it's going to get really interesting. And then the proof will be in the pudding. You know what I mean? So, in due time. Just like this sleeve. I mean, look, we have a long ways to go. But we've come a long ways, too. And then I gotta see if I can figure out how to tattoo other parts of my body, too, because... boy, is this getting old. Not old. But man, like, my shoulder is constantly at the wrong angle. This is not the right angle to be doing any damn anything. So, I really should try to get like a nice bulk piece that doesn't have too much detail that I can put in here. Oh, yeah. And then it'll fill up this part of my arm that nobody can see without, like, taking too long. Bro, don't do this for views. I don't even know what you're saying. I'm gonna block you. We're gonna get you... I mean, if you can shut up now. If you're just being funny, and now that I said that I don't appreciate that, and you can not be a total troll. Maybe if you're a friend of mine and you're teasing me, then now I actually appreciate that. And I'm like, oh, cool. That's funny. That could be very funny. Don't do this for years. 100%. But if you're just being a dork, I'm gonna start a fight physically on camera. I'll do a ghost fight. I'll put a picture of you on a statue. I'll make a real example out of you. Okay? So let's not get too crazy. Let's not crack too much. Let's not crack too much wise. That's my job. I'm supposed to say the things. I'm supposed to be the one saying things that get confused for offensive. When if you actually analyze it, that nothing. It was actually a kind statement. So you better watch it when you're confusing me. Okay, I gotta figure out a better angle. This is getting crazy. Guys, this is getting absolutely wild. I thought this was going to be an easy location. I thought this was literally like the damn hole. Like, this is the reason I put it here. Was I thought it wasn't going to hurt when I reached it. That's okay, though. I'm just going to keep going. Why would I give up now? This is a cool-ass shadow. I found the coolest drawing of a courage, the cowardly dog, and the damn stupid monster shadow. But it's the dopest possible shadow for a stick and poke. I'm actually quite proud of this choice. Oh boy. What is it? Would it be a massage gun? And then get back to it? Would that do the trick? Or is it simply magnesium? Am I simply lacking magnesium? That could be it. There's a good chance my whole issue is magnesium. I would be embarrassed, but I would also be relieved. What a simple solution. You know? Alright. It's gonna happen. It's coming through. Nobody even thinks it's not. That's what a doctor would say. Yeah? But what do they know? That's as my good friend, well, I don't know if he considers me a friend. Brett Baker, a Portland comedian. He would say, that's what the doctors say, but what do they know? And I always giggle. So that's why I said that just now. No, he says, but the people who say that are, what does he say? He says it funnier. Damn it. Here I am ruining people's bits. I wonder if any Portland people are watching. That would be interesting. I'd be like, hey, we should find out if we can do tattoos. Do tattoos. Who's gonna do tattoos? Okay, I am telling you this because it's bad for your health. Go to tattoo artists and make your tattoos. It's better for your health. Alright, well, let's see if I can Can I do anything about that? I don't think I can right now. I'm gonna come back later, Mr. 420 piece of shit. We're gonna go ahead and block you as soon as I can. Okay? Thanks for trying though. It was nice trying, but you suck. It's okay to suck. Happens. Totally happens. All right, here we go. I just realized why you say that sucks. Right? Why is that sucks bad? What is that sucks mean? It means sucks dick. So if something sucks, you're saying that it's bad, then maybe we shouldn't be saying that anymore, or it's just true. I don't hate you. Why? Well, now you're talking too much. That's why. So I already know what kind of person you are. And if it doesn't stop, then I'm gonna completely understand. And it's okay. But you're just making me focus on something I don't want to focus on, which is you. And I'm trying to do a tattoo. So I don't want to have to proofread. I would like it if I didn't have to damn proofread all my comments for people like you. So I think that's fair. Excuse me. Woo-wee. You know, I will do this for views, but you know what I will do for one less view? Just to have one less view on all of my videos if I need to. Okay? So just shut the fuck up. I wish I could yell. One of these days I'll start yelling, and I'll feel confident about it too. I'll be like, sweet, I just yelled. Did you hear that? It was so loud. Watch out for people who laugh at their own jokes. Seriously. That's why I'm warning you guys. Watch out for me. Wrong people in the wrong place. Wasn't that my job to kick those out? I might have to start. But also, Linda, I heard you when you said that you were not necessarily prepared for that responsibility. So I'm not trying to, bring up anything like that necessarily. But we might have to start, Luckily, it's at a low rate right now. And we might not even, he might end up being okay. Or she. Whoever this person is. So, it's fine. But yeah, I appreciate you, Linda. But I wouldn't make you do something like that. That's a whole extra thing. But if I needed it, I would trust nobody more. Okay. These teeth are coming in. Oh, and my lip is sweaty. And so are my hands. It's from all the honesty. Honesty makes me sweat. That's why I'm such a sweaty guy. Because I'm just so damn honest. And it's not because of my anger issues. Trust me. It's just honesty. It's just pure honesty. I promise. Oh. When people... This is me. I'm just telling you the truth. And I'm saying something not necessarily nice. Why do I have to do that? Just being honest. I'm just telling you the truth. But maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. Sometimes that's a pretty good angle, honestly. If I'm being honest, that's a good angle. All right. Here we go. Mr. Poke. That's nice. That is so nice. Yeah, that's fair, Linda. We would figure out how. We would find out together. And yeah, I would only ask you if I needed it. And I follow rule number 3 better than any other rules. Do it myself if I can. So, well, sometimes I do. Other times I really just let other people. I mean, guys, I get so lazy sometimes. It's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. But you gotta just keep trying. You just gotta keep saying, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna do that better now. Ugh. This is not the most flattering angle. Or the most comfortable, but for now, it's the best for reaching this spot. This is a pretty rough spot. I'm trying to do a lot of dots. And I gotta stretch this skin out so much. And I want these teeth to come through. Ooh, I'm really nervous about this one when I wipe it. I really hope it comes through when I hope it all stays the way I need it to, because I am trying to freaking stop as soon as possible. Am I finishing my sentences properly? I feel like I'm taking them in too many different directions now. But I'm glad you guys are here for this, so that when I get better at tracking my dang sentences, you'll be like, he is really getting better at that whole sentence structure thing. Oh boy. Just last tooth. This is the last tooth. Oh, yes. Okay, so with the sentence I was saying, was, how I hope the teeth work. I hope the teeth work. Did that come out? I hope the lines work. I hope the poking. I hope the needle is. Oh, I'm gonna drink some water right now. I think I'm hallucinating. I think I might literally be hallucinating because of my hydration, and I've been sleeping okay, but not like visual. I'm not having any visual hallucinations or audible, but like emotional, like weird, like why am I feeling that feeling doesn't match this situation at all. It's very strange. I think it's my thoughts. I think my thoughts aren't matching up with what's happening around me at any given time. That's pretty classic. But does that really matter? I wonder if anybody thinks that actually matters. Okay, time to breathe for a second. That was a bad angle. You could tell. I'm sure you could tell before I even got going on it that was not going to be a good angle. Oh boy. That is not easy. I'm telling you, if you're tattooing yourself and it gets weird, start breathing. I'm still not doing it, and it's because it's hard, but if I'm having a hard time, I can't imagine how many other people are probably struggling with breathing while they tattoo. Same thing happens when I skateboard. I know this is completely unrelated. My button stopped working. Same thing happens when I skateboard, which isn't often, but I always get a headache because I'm like, stop breathing completely, because I'm like so trying to focus on like staying on the damn board. I'm not getting a headache right now, but my stomach is crunched up pretty hard. Is that why? I've never had abs before. I think I have abs now from all the tattooing I've been doing. I highly recommend it. There we go. Look at that. That'll look like a Courage the Cowardly Dog tattoo any time now. Okay, here we go. Final stretch, guys. This little elbow side. All the way up. This side all the way down. Ah! My triceps are on fire! My obliques! My obliques! Jason says Linda's tattoos are amazing. Right? Linda freehands. I don't know if she's doing all of her tattoos that way, but she does quite. From what I know, Linda's quite the pure scratcher in the minimal stencil zone. I mean, I bet she would say no. I do a lot of stencils, but every time I hear about a freehand she's doing, I'm like, wow, and they are beautiful. They're like beautiful, so that's cool. It's cool to be associated. Okay, a bunch of pokes in that corner, just so I remember how far back this little spike is supposed to go. And then I'm just going to try to... Holy macaroni. I did not realize how bad this angle was going to be. I am so embarrassed. Here we go. Get the back of the head, and then I'm going to take a second and readjust because this is getting crazy. Because I gotta get the horns and the nose and the face right. So I gotta make sure I don't if I'm too uncomfortable, I might end up fully accidentally, oh boy, doing a bad job. That's not what you want. So I think this face will be an easier angle though for that nose. Okay, here we go. That's good. Nailed it. That's a good nose. Now let's just see if I can... Conquer it. Conquer the shadow. We can do it. We can, right? Look at that thing. It's going. That's going smooth. I mean, smooth is a strong word, but... Oh boy, here we go. Come on, horns. Did you see that little poke I missed? See that little teeny tiny dot in front of that horn I just did? That's from not breathing. That's from not paying attention. That's what happens. So many little mistakes from just not even knowing where the fuck I am. Okay. Come on. I want to be able to... Sorry. This part just matters to me. I gotta prove it. This is just proof I'm not, not tattooing myself. But also vanity. And that's okay. I forgive myself. Because I know that, well, I hope our Lord and Savior would too. Is it Jesus? Is Jesus God? Is Muhammad Jesus? Is Muhammad Jesus with tattoos? Does Jesus have tattoos? I don't know. I don't think anybody can really say for sure. And it's not fair if anybody acts like they know the whole story. And we can all, tell the story our own way as well. What if the Bible is a tattoo? Is there any validity to that? I've never researched it, so I can't say. Can't say it's not. A scholar might tell you that it's not, but that's his opinion. I just gotta find the right scholar who agrees with me. Okay. This is nice. That's nice. Oh. Here we go. We ready to do this? We ready to do this thing? To curl this fucking horn up? 1, 2, 3. the final horn. I'm going to wipe it, and I'm going to turn this off soon. So if there's any final thoughts in the crowd, let me know what's going on with you before I hop off, because this is a lot of fun. I'm going to miss you. Till tomorrow, I hope everybody goes to scratcherspost.com and gets in there so they can have the link to tomorrow's live stream, because we're going to have more fun tomorrow with a little more tattooing. I'll probably touch this thing up, right? Probably finish this one on the secret one. Talk more about the shadow, right? That sound fun? So, yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking right now, so I don't miss anything before I go. And I'm going to finish this horn in this eyeball. Come on. Ooh. Where am I? It's like my stamina meter is just like drained. That circle. And I gotta take a bunch of breaths. I gotta take a bunch of breaths. And then I gotta come back, and it's like not fully satisfied, refreshed yet, because I've been draining it so many times. Okay, this eyeball. Come on. It's all shadow, by the way. This is basically like the shadowiest stream I've ever done. So, if you don't like it, I get it. There'll probably be less shadow in the future. But here we are, doing a shadow tattoo. So I'm actually just gonna say that's perfect. And that we're doing it right. There's nothing you can say about it, because if you do, I'll block you. So how about that? Okay. That's the eyeball. I'm sweaty. That was a lot. So excuse me for, for that. But I appreciate that we were able to struggle through that together and come out the other side. But besides that, we're basically just gonna wipe this thing. And I'll just go. I won't even say anything. I'll just be like, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I think that's actually all I needed to do. That burp felt really good. I'm feeling better right now. Thanks. I use stencils for detailed stuff, but every time I use them, I remember why I don't like them. I like to just draw it on. Yeah, Linda's legit. I hope you guys have a good day. I know I am. I'm in the music section. Good. I need to expand it. I'm trying to make it. You'll probably, honestly, you might appreciate this, Jason. We're trying to make a place for like taste, because we all sort of agree, basically. We all have like a similar sense of style. So I'm not going to show you guys what this looks like wiped. We will return. If you want to see how it turned out, be there tomorrow on the secret stream. And besides that, let's see. Yeah, trying to gather people's, like, what we like, because we're all basically the same. So, but we'll see if that is. We got to figure out what it is. We got to figure out what everybody wants it to be, I guess, even though it's my choice. But it's... Anyways. Alright, guys. Take care. Peace out. Lots of love. Like, I mean it. This is nice. So, next time.